Williams to break.
Wonderful atmosphere inside the Belfast waterfront. Mark Williams to get us back underway. What an evening of snooker we had ahead of us. And so far, Bingtao has handled the biggest day of his young snookering life with poise, confidence, and no small amount of skill. The question is whether he can maintain those standards when it really counts this evening.
It could start with the shot. And what a Belfast welcome that was for both players, wasn't it? Both players will be fairly nervous to start off with. Oh, he's caught that a little bit too thick. And already this is a chance. That was a nervy shot from Mark Williams. Didn't catch the reds anywhere near thin enough. Doesn't rush into anything, this young man. But at the same time, he doesn't play slowly either.
1.
And this is a good angle on the blue. As we look at this medium to long-term pot, it's a good angle on the blue to come down for that red just above the black. He'd like to finish on the red, that's just to the right of the black. If he's on the red to the right of the black, that really opens things up.
6.
Yeah, and he's there. He's there.
7.
I keep thinking to myself that this young man will lose his nerve at some stage, but
14.
he doesn't seem to be doing. And as the boys were saying in the studio, this opening frame, this first frame is absolutely mega. Played for the red at the edge of the pack, which in turn releases the one next to it when he's took the red to the left of the black.
23.
Well, just overdid it a little bit, but he might take this opportunity to go into the cluster. If he plays that shot, needs to play it with a lot of screw so the cue ball comes out of the cluster. Just like that. What a start.
30. $31.
And he'll be happy to see that red on the left side cushion, because if he does miss, makes it more difficult for Mark Williams. So that eases the pressure, if you like. Decided to take the red to the left middle.
38.
And absolutely spot on it. Could play for pink or black.
39.
Well, again, he may decide to screw into the reds there. There's a little gap between the reds. If he could try and get the cue ball into that gap. And that's the exact same shot How does he think of these shots at 17?
46. Yeah.
That is a wonderful shot he's just played there. Hit the right red, found that gap between them all. And he's not getting flustered. Mark Williams left that long red on after a poor safety. Played it with a touch of right-hand side to stay onto the black. Well, just under hit that one. Has a red to the left middle, but he wanted to be straighter on this red. First poor positional shot.
$55.
But he's recovered the situation. Things are never easy, are they? These 5 reds out in the open, they're all covering one another. There's only one red available. Now is he on it?
57.
He was unfortunate there because normally when you see 6 reds out there like that, it's normally easy. But he had to be perfect with his position. This red only just goes. I'm pretty sure he played for the one to the right of it. This is very close. Been off the angle, but it doesn't matter. And now he's opened the reds up. With that red clear, reds will go to both pockets.
Moment, please.
Well, when he was making his final preparations on the practice table before walking out into the arena this evening, this is the start that young Bingtao would have dreamed about, on the cusp of increasing his lead to 3 frames for the first time in the final.
$64.
So red and a colour needed.
$65.
To put him 70 in front with 67 left.
Yes, and this Belfast crowd knew that was frame ball.
70.
Mark Williams made one mistake. It looks like being a fatal one in this first frame of the final session. Already Yan Bingtao's highest break of the final.
71.
What composure he's
78.
showing.
79. $86. $87.
Made a terrific century to close out his semi-final
94.
victory over Liu Haoshan, his compatriot.
95.
Well, make sure of the century.
And stand by for a Belfast roar.
Played for the double.
102.
His highest break is a 136 in tournament play. If that goes in, he's a chance of beating it. Beautiful. Held the cue ball for the yellow as well.
110.
So he can beat his highest ever break here.
$112. $115. $119. $124. $130.
Absolutely spot on. Brilliant.
Well, it could be an evening of firsts for Yang Bingtao. That's the highest break of his fledgling professional career. Is he about to become the first man at his age to win a ranking title?
Frame 10. Yang Bingtao to break.
Talk about a statement of intent. Yang Bingtao opens the biggest night of his snookering life with the biggest break of his professional career. A 137 to extend his lead over Mark Williams to 6-3 and put him within 3 of being the champion.
Could have taken the long red on. Chose to play safe, and don't blame him. He's only had a couple of shots.
I'm sure that run to the semi-finals of the International Championship and the manner of it from Yang Bingtao, victories, of course, over Ronnie O'Sullivan, an emphatic one, 6-1, and then John Higgins would have given him enormous belief that he could produce against the very best on the biggest stages. Well, he's playing one of the very best, and he's producing.
The question is, can he keep producing? And Mark Williams a little fortunate there. He's left the cue ball hampered over the brown for this red to the right corner. So probably just a safety shot.
Just make sure the mobile phones are switched off, please.
Well, a very attacking safety shot, trying to split the reds and send the cue ball back into the balk area. Didn't quite get the cue ball where he wanted, but no reds went over the pockets. Well, that's not the best kiss for Mark Williams. He's left a red to the left middle. Well, there's murmurs in the crowd, but it wasn't easy. was a chance. Didn't fancy the red, with the black to follow. Knew he would have been leaving the red just above the black had he missed it. Trying to keep things tight.
The big advantage Mark Williams has, of course, is his vast experience of the big occasion. He won't be panicking yet, that's for sure, but he might be a little flustered by just how well the 17-year-old is playing so far.
One.
Yeah, good shot. That kiss on the brown with the red left that chance for Mark Williams. Duly knocked it in. That wasn't easy. Knew he was going to be on the green if it dropped. And this is a good chance. The two reds by the black would be a couple of good balls to play for. And he's nicely on them.
Four.
Just about the right side of the blue. Now, can he play for that red just above the black? Couldn't get to it. But not ideally on this red.
$11.
Now, maybe you can get to that red just above the black this time round. And the reason I say that is because that would then free the black into both pockets. He could play for another red before that, which is this one.
16. $17. 23. 24.
Now, may just give this red a little nudge to leave himself on it. Not quite straight enough on this red, so may have to go for the blue.
31. 32.
And a beautiful little cannon to hold for this red at the back of the pack.
40.
The hope must be this evening that these two bring out the very best in one another, and the signs are very encouraging in that regard. Now
47.
Bingtao's turn to warm his chair and watch Williams in action.
Yes, he had a chance at that red into the left middle. Got to put it out of his mind. The last of the easy reds.
54.
Maybe a red available to the right middle pocket.
55.
Chose to go into them, and it hasn't worked out. Could have just
62.
dropped the black in for the red into the middle. Chose to bust them. And that's not the best safety shot.
McWilliams.
That red should have been closer to the cushion.
62 the lead, but still 75 available to Bingtao. Williams would only have needed a black with one more red.
Yes, that's why I'm surprised he didn't play for the red into the middle. Took the risk on going into the reds, and he didn't finish on anything. And then didn't push the red to the cushion. And it could be very painful for Mark Williams.
Well, he's been knocking in reds
One.
like that all day long, and indeed for much of the season.
Oh, fantastic shot, really is.
What an asset to have. And what a steal this could be.
5.
Yes, those two reds over the left side of the table need some attention. But chance to get back into the game.
6.
In fact, he could play to split those two reds this time round. That wasn't clean. Decided not to split them. In fact, one of the reds may go to that right middle pocket.
$14.
Can play for the red to the right middle, or put a bit of side on the cue ball, put it to the left corner. Played for the middle. And a little too hard. Now he's got to leave an angle on the black
21.
to be able to nudge those two reds or drop him behind them. And he's not ideal on this red. He's got the red. Has he got the cannon? Wow. That was
22.
such a difficult shot that he was playing there. The red to the middle and the cannon to the two reds. What a confident shot that was. And he's got the angle on the black to be able to try and disturb them.
Well, he's slightly on the stretch, which isn't ideal. If this shot were to go right, he might become the favourite for the frame.
Very, very close. Very close.
29.
Well, it's not often a player gets a round of applause for a shot that doesn't quite work out, but he was that close to releasing those reds to give himself the chance to clear the table.
And now he's got to be careful. If he plays the cue ball back to the balk area, it could leave a pot on. Well, answers on a postcard.
Bingtao 29.
No idea what he played. And it's going to cost him one.
Relief for Williams. Yan Bingtao so close to releasing the last two reds, but then making a hash of whatever it was he was trying to achieve. And Williams gratefully takes advantage to level on the evening and get back to within 2 frames.
Barring snookers, 1 snooker to tie. Not over yet.
Mark Williams, 6.
39 the difference, 35 there.
Well, red in behind the baulk colours. White behind the blue. This doesn't look far away. He plays every shot that I would have played so far. Big swerve this.
But would you have played them at 17, Joe?
Absolutely not. Now, can he see enough of the red to leave the cue ball in behind the green? Send the red down to the black. And that's exactly what he's done again. And that's a good snooker. That's an excellent snooker. Difficult to hit.
Playing like a veteran. Keeping the pressure firmly on his decorated opponent. Williams misses this red. Yan Bingtao can tie with the black and all the colours.
Ronnie O'Sullivan said that he plays the game like John Higgins. Well, he's played every shot that I've suggested so far without fail. And no matter how many times I commentate, if I do that with Ronnie O'Sullivan, John Higgins, Ken Doherty, Steve Davis, then they all play that type of shot, the same type of shot. And at 17, for him to be playing those type of shots is absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Foul.
It was a tough
Yeah,
snooker,
Bingtao.
that. A very tough snooker. So he can tie the frame. Williams played that cue ball into a place where he couldn't get to the black if he missed hitting the red. So clever shot from Williams, just in case he missed it.
And this has become a huge frame in this final, hasn't it? The difference between 7-3 and 6-4. A 4-frame cushion if Yan can steal it. That's very, very significant.
Well, still a long way to go because the safety here isn't easy. And that makes absolutely sure of the safety shot.
He's got a great snooker brain, hasn't he, Yan Bingtao?
This could be good. This could be good. Great shot from Mark Williams. And that was a brave shot he played there because he was sending the red towards that baulk corner. Had he missed the snooker, could have left the red on.
Foul. Mark Williams 4.
Now he needs a snooker again. But fortunately, he hit the yellow. Otherwise, it could have been a free ball. Another excellent safety from Mark Williams. So, chance now to seal this second frame. Pull one back. Desperately needed.
One.
He's got a lot of support here tonight, Mark Williams. So has young Bingtao. Very fair crowd.
And they're being royally entertained, aren't they? That blistering opening salvo from Jan. A 137 clearance, his highest ever break. But Mark Williams,
10.
with bags of experience and an ice-cool temperament, keeping the pressure on, staying in touch. Green is academic. It was the initial break of 62 that set the frame up for Williams. There was half a chance for Jan Bingtao to steal, but he couldn't quite manage it. And Williams draws closer once again. 2 frames between them. Jan Bingtao now leading by 6 frames to 4.
Mark Williams to break.
The Alex Higgins Trophy awaits the player to make it to 9 frames. Who's it going to be? 1 each this evening. Jan Bingtao still 2 clear at 6 frames to 4.
Well, couldn't leave anything, but he has left a red to the baulk corner. Simply because he missed it thin. They have to go, don't they? That could have been frame over, the way they're both playing. And because he got so close, it stayed over the pocket.
Some of the crowd thought it was in.
Well, I was among them.
1.
Got the cue ball out of the baulk area, which wasn't easy to do. Could have made contact. Choice of yellow or blue, or even green. Looking at the green, that gets him to the next red. So I'm not afraid of using the rest.
Four. Five.
Left an angle on the black this time to be able to go into the reds. And needs to hit that red directly above the black so it knocks the red into the reds. Oh, we tried to play a delicate cannon, and there was nothing wrong with that. But that's the first easy ball he's missed. And he'll be thinking about that if he can be punished.
1.
Played a delicate little cannon and probably thought more about the cannon than the pot. And that's worked out nicely. Very attacking shot from Mark Williams.
8.
Split lovely.
Well, if Yan Bingtao is to make history
No.
this evening in becoming the youngest ever winner of a ranking event, he's going to have to earn it, because Williams will keep coming at him. He knows how to do it. He's done it 18 times before. Only the very best who've ever lived are ahead of him in the all-time list of ranking champions.
16. $17.
Gave himself choice of 2 reds. Played for that red on the pink spot.
22.
So that if he does have to take the pink, it will go back onto its spot and be potable.
23.
Good thinking there from Mark Williams.
$29. 30. 37. 38.
No need to play the cannon to the pink. Doesn't want to risk things going wrong.
45. 46. 52. 53.
Played it with right-hand side on the cue ball to be able to create the angle to finish nicely on the black. Again, very confident that. Underhit that one slightly. So I'll probably have
60.
to go for the blue.
$61.
And that wiped its feet, but it's dropped in. So just the blue needed. Frame ball. But should have made absolutely
66.
sure of another red, and he's not ideal on this red to the middle. In fact, he may even take the red to the corner. It's just one snooker. And that seals it.
67.
Well, Yang Bingtao started off with a great 137 break, but then missed a red to the middle in the next frame. And in this frame, he's missed the black off the spot. So just maybe showing
74.
a few signs of the pressure.
75.
And this break is the result of that missed black. Williams punishing his opponent's error with a frame-winning contribution. Just to rub salt into Yan Bingtao's wound and get back to within one frame. This is the moment he missed it,
82.
perhaps thinking more about position.
80.
Yeah, but you don't always pay the price, do you? But on this occasion, Mark Williams is up for this final. You can almost feel it. even though he was 3 frames behind, and he's still a frame behind. He'll have set out to have targeted a 3-1 lead. He's got half a chance of doing that now.
Closing in on his 2nd century of the final. Well, there's the commentator's curse for you. Misses a routine pink, but he'll settle for a break of 90. Williams has never been that fussed about his century count. The only thing that matters to him is to get back to within 1 frame of the teenager. Yan Bingtao leading 6-5.
Yan Bingtao to break.
Tremendous standard this evening. 137 from Yan Bingtao, 62 and 90 from Mark Williams. And the young Chinese has always been ahead in this final, and for most of it, he's been at least 2 frames ahead. But now, Williams has the opportunity, before the interval, to draw level.
Well, the black tied up, so the red to the right corner is not an option, really. He leaves the red just above the black if he takes that on. But the safety part of the shot is not easy either. Could leave the cue ball in the jaws of this pocket down here. Well, it was a long way off that. And where's it going to all finish? Not good for Mark Williams. I think he was just concentrating on getting that cue ball back down the table with all the topspin. Well, he managed that, and without the kiss, it would have gone to the cushion. But you just don't know what's going to happen to the balls when you miss them. That's the problem. So, choice of reds for young Bingtao. I don't think he's on the pink.
And that's because he didn't pot the red as cleanly as he wanted to.
Yeah, played the cannon to the red. But as Philip said, potted the red in the wrong side of the pocket. It could be taking the green on. Another great pot from young Bingtao. And a good kiss on the blue leaves him on the red to the baulk corner.
Proof that his confidence is not wilting.
Or his bravery. Now needs to get to that red just above the black. That really opens things up. Ooh, it came close to missing. The green nearly missed. The red nearly missed. Wrong side of the brown. So it's going to have to be the yellow. And the blue looks to be in the way if he plays for the red just above the black. It's close. Played for the red just above the black. Made sure of missing the blue. They're good shots. And that's put him back in prime position. With the black free to one pocket now.
14.
And they hit that one by a long way. He did well to get there. And choice of 2 reds again. The way he played the shot. Needs to keep running.
21.
Just about got there. Now, if he plays this with a lot of topspin, he may be on the red to the right of the black. If he's not there, he's got the other red to the left corner. He hasn't had a look at the red next to the black.
27.
He is doing now, I think. Nope. Oh, he's under hit it again. And that's poor.
28.
Not getting the right side of the pink. Means the difference between winning and losing. And if he finished top side of the pink, he can go into the reds and win the frame from there. But simply because he didn't get the top side of the pink, it's now going to be difficult to continue the break. Well, he's got a 34-point lead. And I wouldn't suggest opening the reds up. He can see the reds, but I'd suggest, as we look at this shot again, I'd suggest coming off the cushion, just landing up into the reds, but that's a long way off.
Foul. And a miss, Bingtao, 34. Mark Williams, 4.
These are not good signs for young Bingtao. He's
Please switch that off.
Some strange shots.
There's no need for that. Just switch all mobile phones off. Thank you.
Marcel Eckhart just reminding the crowd to make doubly sure that phones are on silent at least. But with every passing frame, the pressure, of course, increases. There's so much at stake. That's better.
Well, this red may go to the right corner. I don't think he's looked at it. I don't think he's got the angle on the red to take it on. Oh, he's found the plant. I don't think he played that for an instant.
1.
It's going to be a tough snooker if he decides to play the snooker. But he could roll the yellow in with that red over the pocket. No, it's a snooker.
Mark Williams,
it's tough.
1.
Well, didn't hold his hand up, but there's no way that he played that.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
Well, he's got choice of reds to play, Mark Williams, so I'll be surprised if he puts it back.
The first signs in this final that Yan Bingtao is perhaps beginning to feel the heat out there.
Well, to be fair, he'd played a pretty good safety shot and Mark Williams got a fluke. Put him tight behind the yellow, which was a very tough snooker. But now, Williams with his own chance. And he's finished straight on the pink.
1.
You can see it. Absolutely straight. Could play the brown. Could bring the cue ball back an inch. And play this red to the right corner.
7. Eight.
Nicely played. Round the two angles for the pink. He just tickles the balls into the pocket. He's got a great touch.
14. 15.
Well, given the start to this final session, and Yan Bingtao's quite sensational 1-3-7 clearance, what a result it would be as your hand starts to chew his nails for Mark Williams if he can win 3 on the bounce and tie this final up.
Yeah, these 3 reds around the black need some attention. One of them goes to the right corner. So he might decide to screw off the other one. Send the black towards the left
28.
corner and try and play out for the pink. And that way it could be on both balls.
Nine.
Every chance now of winning the frame at this visit. Oh, he could have done with a kiss there and he got it. Without the kiss, he was out of position.
36. 37.
Well, it's been the response of a champion so far. Mark Williams 6-3 behind. Yan Bingtao playing fabulous snooker, but no signs at all that he panicked or wilted. And he's come back with some big punches of his own. But he's still got a bit to do to
43.
tie the final at 6 each.
He's underhit it slightly. Would have liked to have been straight on the pink. Oh, he's okay.
$50.
Red and a colour needed.
51.
26, the difference.
Looking at the scoreboard once again, but this is all he needs, and Yan Bingtao will require snookers. No heroics, in goes the black, and this has been some response from Mark Williams to falling 6-3 behind.
Two snookers needed.
Mark Williams, 58. Two.
Two snookers.
Cue ball's close.
Yan Bingtao, 2.
It's worked out pretty well.
Didn't want to risk the free ball, so just landing up to it. It's got to be close. That's another good snooker.
Tap on the table from Williams.
Foul. Mark Williams, 4.
Bingtao misses the thin edge to make his already very tough task nigh on impossible now. 3 snookers needed. And he's in a snooker. Interval coming up, of course, but clearly the Chinese believes he could still turn this around.
Not anymore.
Well, Mark Williams sat out the opening frame after a safety error, courtesy of a brilliant 137 clearance from Yan Bingtao, and at that stage things were looking a little ropey for the 2 times world champion, but what a champion's response it's been from him. 3 frames on the spin, and for the first time since they shook hands at the start of the afternoon, he has parity, and now it's a best of 5 to be crowned champion.
18.
What a final we have on our hands now, ladies and gentlemen. Yan Bingtao started like a train. Mark Williams showing his vast experience and skill to reel him in. It's 6 frames apiece. They both need 3.
Ranking title since snooker began, or a man with more silverware than Uri Geller. Mind-bending stuff for Philip Studd and Joe Johnson to get their heads around.
13th frame. Mark Williams to break.
And you've got to think that that 15-minute interval was of benefit more to Yan Bingtao than Mark Williams, who built up a head of steam there, 3 straight frames, but the chance for Yan to get on the practice table as he is wont to do and regroup. We're back to where we started. Even Stevens, except that now it's a race to 3.
Yeah, sometimes that break comes to save you. This isn't straightforward though, this red to the left corner. don't think he can hold for the black. Well, what a brave shot to take on, using the pack of reds to try and get back down the table. Look at this shot again. He knew the cue ball was going into the pack of reds with all that topspin on. It threw the cue ball wide, and now he's got a chance to maybe put the cue ball in behind the yellow. He's looking at the blue, but there's no need to be so attacking so quickly.
3 out of 4 over 12 frames from long range is exceptional.
I don't think he's looked at coming off the cushion and landing behind the yellow, but
Bingtao 1.
that may be just as good. Had he played the snooker behind the yellow, could have just come off the left side cushion and landed up to the reds. Now this a little bit more tougher, the safety.
Thank you very much.
Just the paint. Over the right side of the table again.
Jimmy said this was a big frame for Yan Bingtao, and were he to lose it, of course he'd fall behind for the first time in this final. That would be a different kind of pressure for him to handle.
Well, managed to get the cue ball over the right side of the table, which makes the safety a little bit more difficult. Could come off the left side cushion, land up to the reds just below the pink. Could try and land up to the red below the black. Could play the 2 cushion escape. He's playing it one-handed.
Foul and a miss.
Well, I've seen
Bingtao
Williams do that
6.
before, and you've got to assume that he feels as though it's just a more comfortable way of playing that particular shot. Why else would he do it at 6-all in a major final?
Have you got it yet, Leo? How's this red?
As a result, though, a bit of work for
Very
Marcel
good,
Eckhart to
please.
do. Leo Scallion doing the marking and helping Marcel to get these balls back where they were.
To me, yeah. Okay, how about the white? The pink goes. I'm gonna have a look, yeah? Okay.
If in doubt, have a look.
Yeah. Right, you're saying the pink is going this way.
So this is where they were. Looks pretty close.
Yeah. Cue ball.
Just a smidgen more to the left as we look. Yep.
Yeah.
That looks spot on.
Yeah.
Well
Thank you very
played.
much.
Now, is it going to be one-handed again?
Foul and a miss. Yan Bingtao 6.
You'd have to say it's unorthodox and ultimately ineffective. Any observations, Mr. J?
Yeah, it could be very costly as well. I don't get that at all, playing it one-handed. Not a clue. I mean, it doesn't make any difference, or much difference. Oh. Except maybe, you know, he got to his opponent playing it one-handed. I don't know. A little bit of psychology, but he missed that pot by a long way. Yang Bingtao.
He hasn't missed too much that's been easy tonight. Of course, there was the black off its spot when he was focusing more on position, but that was a bad error from Yang Bingtao, because it was a really good chance to punish Williams.
Well, is he on a red to the right middle? If he isn't, he's been very unfortunate.
8.
Well, the body language is saying he's not on the red. Trusted to luck a little bit, but I'm sure he expected to be on something down this end of the table. Very unfortunate, and a let-off for Yang Bingtao, missing that relatively easy red with the rest.
Yes, they've both had a let-off already.
8. One.
What a fantastic pot that was. That had to be so accurate to go in the middle. He's missed it. He was up very quickly. Now has he got the position? Well, he's not quite on the red as he wanted, but it's a chance for Yang Bingtao.
And I think it's safe to say that both players are beginning to feel the final nerves.
Wow, how did that drop? Well, it has done, and he's on choice of pink or black. At that speed, I'm surprised it went in. Well, a chance to try and settle a bit. Now he's got ideal position on this red.
8.
Try and keep it simple.
Nine. Sixteen. 17.
Yeah, just slid past the reds. If it had got the cannon, he'd have been out of position.
24. 25.
And by playing the cannon to the blue, pink, if its spot's held, we'll now go on the blue spot. Well, too far for one of the reds and not far
21.
enough for the red in the middle. Got to keep that position under tighter control.
.32.
Now again, he could have played that one better. Needs the rest again, and he's
38.
just missed a red very similar to this. Not this time, though.
39.
Red will go to the right middle. And if you can leave it in such a way as to give the other reds a nudge as well. I preferred to go into them, and that's worked out very nicely.
46.
$50 points the difference.
.47.
Played that one poorly. Should have been the other side of the pink. There you can see he's the wrong side of it slightly. Still 67 left on the table.
.53.
This red and a colour.
That's a good pot. And as Philip said, any colour. He didn't need to stun for the black.
54.
Had he played for the black, he would have left the red to the right middle if he'd have missed the red. So he's going to be one up again, barring snookers.
59.
One snooker to tie, so he could do with this red going in. Hasn't gone in.
Bingtao.
So Mark Williams needs a black off this red. Got to avoid the blue, I would think.
One.
Needs the black, and then one snooker to tie, assuming he takes blacks with the remaining reds.
Yes, he's going to take the blue, which will leave him needing a snooker. But with the red close to the pink.
Yeah, two snookers now.
Seven. $14.
I wonder if he can get him behind the yellow. No, he's playing the pot, I think.
Mark Williams. 14.
If this disappears, it's definitely frame over.
One.
Was it ever in doubt? Yet another humdinger from long range from Bingtao. Well, this frame started in very edgy fashion.
Bingtao one on the front.
And Mark Williams doing so well to claw back from 6-3 behind to level, but try as he might, he can't get his nose in front. Bingtao goes back into the lead at 7 frames to 6. the man responsible
Thank you.
for making the
14th
game
frame.
of snooker what it is today.
Yeah,
The late,
Bingtao.
great Alex Higgins, who is going to hold that trophy aloft come the end of the evening. Well, Yan Bingtao has never been behind in this final, and that remains the case. Back in front at 7-6. 2 away from being crowned champion.
And a good break off. No reds to go for. And plenty to leave if he plays the cue ball back down the table. Not another one-handed shot.
No, I would have thought there was sufficient evidence in the previous frame that it's probably time to knock that cunning plan on its head.
Doesn't want to play the thin safety back down to baulk because he could leave that red over the left side of the table, the one closest to the left corner. Could leave the cue ball on this black cushion. He could do without the kiss. And that was always the danger. If he doesn't get the cue ball, dead on the cushion or close to the cushion, leaves a chance at this long red.
And Yan has been deadly with these.
Not the ideal angle though on this red. It's not a straight run through. But you're dead right, Philip. He's been deadly, and that's another deadly shot. What a cracking shot from Yan Bingtao. He's come down to have a look at that red just above the black. If that went, and he could get to it at some stage, that would really open the game up. I don't think the black goes to the right corner, but if it does,
5.
that's a bonus. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, he says. Does it go? Does it go? I'm not sure. We'll soon find out if he plays this slow or not. It goes.
6.
He'd like to have been low on the black, so he could have nudged the red away from the spot where it is now. If it doesn't spot, it goes down onto the yellow spot. Now, does it spot? Because if it spots, it may not be on a red. And it spots. Now is he on this red to the left corner?
Can't be touching the red, of course.
13.
No. Doesn't look like it. It didn't look like it went that.
Yeah, Bingtao. 13.
Well, he's been a little fortunate there because the red that he has left to the left corner, the cue ball's going into the cluster. That's a wonderful shot from Mark Williams, and has the angle on the blue just to drop it in and finish on that red to the right of the black.
Six.
This red to the middle, such a difficult shot, and he was always going to believe in it had he missed it. Brave shot to take on.
7.
And both these players now are trying to win. Could have played the safety there, Mark Williams. A chance to take that difficult red onto the middle. Oh, that's so
Mark
unfortunate.
Williams, 7.
That's so unfortunate,
Bingtao's
and I think he's left a red to the left middle at quick glance.
Anxious look from Williams.
That was a plant he didn't want. Yep, he can get to the red. Oh, and that's a real let-off for Mark Williams. That could very well have been 2 frames down had it gone in, and just touched that near angle, look. Still nearly went down the pocket.
Yeah, a touch slower and I think it would have disappeared.
So the safety down this end of the table, but wait for it. I think this red may go to the right middle. Can't see from here if you can see the red or not.
Either way, it's tough cueing.
Yeah, but it's a chance. If you can see it. Couldn't see it to pot it. And that full ball kiss on the green has left a possible pot to the middle. Cue ball will be going close to this right corner pocket. Is it worth the risk? He potted one just as difficult as this just a few shots ago. But the in-off is on, and that's what he's afraid of. Great pot. What a brave shot that was to take on. And should be a frame winner.
One.
Deserves to be.
One of the best of the final so far, and there've been a few. What a match this has turned out to be. Every bit as thrilling as we'd hoped it would be.
6.
Well, he could have gone into the reds there with the insurance of these 2 loose reds.
7. Ten. 11. 14. 15.
If ever any player has taken Steve Davis's maxim of trying to play as though it means nothing when it means everything to heart, it is this man. That's why he's won 18 ranking titles, including the Triple Crown twice.
Yes, he's got a big decision to make here. Does he go into them? Does he play for the plant into the left corner, which he's looked at? Does he play for that loose red? I thought he would have gone into them the last time round when he was perfect, and there was a red above this cluster to the middle. Well, that's finished up okay. He's on the red to the middle.
20.
Not a gimme by any means.
But
he's potted some really good middle pocket balls and inch perfect on the blue. And this time he can go into them. I don't think the plant's there anymore. Surely he's going to be on something this time. And if he is,
26.
every chance of levelling the match again. Oh, well, would you believe it? Just when he needed a little bit of luck, he didn't get it. Had he been able to see that red, would have been end of frame, surely. As it is, he's got to be very careful here not to leave that red over the left side of the table.
26.
Good cue ball.
So unlucky here. Williams could so easily have landed on a red, which might well have carried him to the frame. And parity once again.
He's taking it on. He's not.
I think he is.
Oh, I thought it was in. When it was coming down the table, I thought it was in, but he's left the red on. And a great chance now for Mark Williams. Couldn't have got any closer to this without dropping.
Another super positive shot choice.
1.
But fortune doesn't always favour the brave. Jan Bingtao has potted so many superb long-range balls today. That one stayed out, though. Now a great chance for Williams to tie the frames at 7 each.
6.
Yeah, doesn't need that safe red on the left side cushion. So down to him now. And it's not straight enough on this black. Could have done with being straighter.
$14. 15. 22.
So just the red. And it's going to be all square again.
This final is a battle of the generations. Mark Williams won the first of his 18 ranking titles 4 years before his opponent
30.
was born. They're both throwing some heavy punches in this final.
Mark Williams. 30.
Neither
Out of
taking a
frame.
backward step. And it's combining to produce a really wonderful spectacle for this packed Belfast crowd. And now it's a best of 3. It's 7 frames each.
Mark Williams to break.
Well, Yan Bingtao has been busy chewing his nails throughout this final. There are barely any left. That is the wonderful Waterford Crystal Trophy they're playing for. Both just 2 frames away from doing it. 7 each. We've spoken time and time again about Williams' temperament under pressure, and what a pot that was from tight to the baulk cushion. It didn't win him the frame, but it shows that mentally he is still rock solid, Joe.
It was a real bottle shot, wasn't it? Even to go for it. It took real bottle bravery. Call it what you want, courage. Because he could have gone 2 behind had he missed it. He'd left reds on.
The question now is, can he get in front for the first time? Time and time again, he's fallen behind. Time and time again, he's responded.
Well, easy to state the obvious, but whoever wins this frame is going to be favourite. Oh, well, what can you say about that? You talk about Williams potting some balls, but this was just as good. What a great shot. But the difference is with that, he didn't leave anything. Now he's got a chance. Oh, he's underhit it by a long way. By a long way. I've no doubt he'll take this red on, but the cue ball's going to be splitting the reds wide open here.
After such a brilliant opening red, Yan will be frustrated with that one. He's put pressure on himself.
Well, looking at the long red, and I don't blame him if he takes that on, but everything inside him wants to take this red to the right corner.
Big moment.
Well, it was a big moment. And they say fortune favours the brave.
9.
Look where the cue ball's landed. He had no idea where the cue ball was going to land, but it's finished perfectly on the black.
What a magnificent shot again under pressure. Whatever happens for the remainder of this match, I think we're looking at a new bona fide superstar in the sport.
That's only going to get better, Philip. He's 17.
You've been that old at least 3 times.
Going on 4.
22.
I wouldn't want to be that age again with him around. Oh, he's underhit
23.
it. He played for the blue and he could have just left the cue ball where it was for an easy green. And now he's got work to do. He's got it. But couldn't get easy onto the next red. So keeps leaving himself missable balls.
28.
Secret is not to move that cue ball far.
$29.
And now he's in ideal position again. A little cannon to the red above the black. Now he missed the black like this earlier. Missed it thick. Don't want to overcompensate. Well, there must be a red at the back of the pack there that will
36.
go. And there it is. That's why I didn't need to
37.
play the little cannon suggested.
$44. 45.
Well, played a fantastic shot to get in. Williams must have thought it was relatively safe. Made a mess of his next shot, but then bravely took on that red, playing the cue ball
52.
through the reds. And now every chance of winning the frame.
$53.
By rolling through like that, he's created the angle on the black to be able to play the cannon to the red just above the black. Didn't go according to plan. He caught the wrong red. So there may be a life
60.
here for Mark Williams. Look at this, he wanted to miss that red completely, cannon the other red, which would have left him on that red to the left corner. Doesn't have to go for the pot. This is tough and nothing safe. No, he hasn't hit it.
Bingtao. 60.
Now, what's the damage? He didn't need to go for that. That was such a difficult pot. And there's nothing safe.
Curled towards the jaw. Still 83 on the table.
Give them reds a little nudge, and now they both go.
1.
So 53 behind, but
7.
he'll fancy the job here.
$8.
It just depends if that red nearest the middle pocket will
15.
go. Very difficult to tell from here.
16. $23. 24.
Yes, it's getting hot in that chair. Now, does that red go to the middle?
31.
Oh, very tight, that. Really tight. Now, what kind of an angle does he have on the black? Not a good one. It's going to have to be deep screw this. And not hit it hard enough. He's hampered with the red down the table,
39.
and this red, well, if he didn't fancy it last time from where he was. Oh, what a great shot. What a touch.
And what bottle.
You won't see many better shots than that.
If he misses that red, he loses the frame.
Oh, he didn't want the kiss. A reprieve for young Bingtao, unless he can pop this red to the middle.
45.
Looks like he can. It looks like he can, but again, it's a very tough shot, this. Just caught that near knuckle. Now, has he left
45.
it? He's absolutely foaming.
Jan breathes again then. 15 between them, 35 left. So close. It just nudged the jaw. That was enough to keep it out.
Now then. Now then. I think he can see this red. Can he see it? Can he see the red? We don't know.
The suspense is killing. Looks like he needs to swerve it.
He does. Oh, he just didn't swerve it enough. 15 points the lead for Yang Bingtao. Can he see this red? He just wanted a little bit more swerve on it.
And then the double kiss to rub salt into his wound. Well, Jan was a little bit lucky not to leave the red. In a more straightforward fashion. What a chance he's got now. In it goes.
Yes, but he hasn't got good position. Oh, my word. What a time to land in no man's land. He could roll up to the blue for the snooker, but he wants to seal frame here. The blue may go. Nope, doesn't go, so he can't play the blue. He could roll up to the blue. He could pop the yellow, or attempt to. Attempt the pink. These shots lose him the frame if he misses. The snooker is guaranteed. What do you play? The problem with playing the pink is it's going to be on the yellow, so it has to go in.
Well, he hasn't taken a backward step all day, the 17-year-old, and I don't think he's going to do so now.
Well, this is a brave shot, Philip. No, he's put in the pink safe. Well, he hasn't put it safe, though. Should have made sure that pink was safe.
Yeah, Bingtao 1.
It was a good shot to play. Put in this pink safe, but he didn't make a good job of it, unfortunately. So still yellow for game. And this could be good. Should be easy enough to leave the cue ball there, send the yellow down the table. Well, the crowd really involved in this. And why not? Great match.
Yes, they're lapping it up. It's lived up to its billing and then some. Williams deficit 16 points. Yan Bingtao, as things stand, needs yellow, green and brown.
Yeah, you can just see the yellow, and maybe you can just touch that pink closer to the cushion. Take that cue ball in behind the brown. Well, that's just as good. In fact, it would have been better if it had been behind the pink. He's very good at that shot. And got a good length on the cue ball. Now, if he played this with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball, he might be able to get it behind the pink. Make sure of the yellow down the table. Now, can he get to this? No, he can't get enough on to pot it. And got to be careful of sending the yellow over the green pocket. Didn't take the risk. But he could be in trouble next shot. Could play the cue ball in behind the brown. The cue ball in behind the black. Played in behind the brown and played it well. And pushed the black closer to the cushion, which favours Yan Bingtao. Well played, but he's going to be in trouble again. Well hit. Well, do you just roll past the pink? Again, a chance of a snooker. In behind the green. Make sure the yellow passes the middle pocket. Looks good. Tap on the table from his very sporting opponent, Mark Williams. Oh, he could have done without the kiss. He could have done without the kiss, but this isn't easy. He's the wrong side of the yellow.
Two.
Well, if ever he needed a long pot, this is it. He needs the brown. He's got it.
5.
He's going to be 2 up with 3 to play. And that's the first time I've seen him move quickly to his next shot.
9.
2 snookers needed. I'm pretty sure Williams will carry on if the blue doesn't go in. But it's in.
14.
Well, what a frame. The most dramatic of the final so far. But yet again, Yan Bingtao refuses to yield, refuses to allow his opponent to get his nose in front, and is now on the cusp of making snooker history. He's just 1 away from the title. He leads Mark Williams 8-7. The returning 17-year-old from China, Yan Bingtao, who is just 1 frame away from rewriting the snooker history books. Mark Williams has thrown everything he's got at this super talented youngster, and he simply refuses to yield.
Yes, and you can say the same for Yan Bingtao. He's had everything thrown at him, and he refuses to yield. It's a fantastic match, it really is. And Mark Williams now, he's faced with long balls, but if he misses them, it could be end of frame of match. He's under tremendous pressure. Cue ball could have gone in. Said it was never near.
Only Mark Williams could crack a joke at this stage of a major final.
Well, does he go for this? He's gone for it, he's got it, and he's in with a chance.
1.
What a brave player he really is, Yan Bingtao.
Not to mention skillful. 78% success rate over 15 frames and a bit from long range is exceptional, outstanding. And he's up against one of the best ever from long range, and he's outplaying him handsomely in that department.
Well, that was missable, that green, it really was.
4.
Can he hold himself together and forge a good lead here? Played to the pink. If the pink doesn't spot, it goes at the back of the pack and ruins the red.
Need a moment, please.
It's all about staying in the moment in a situation like this, isn't it? 1 ball at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't think about the prize at the end of this frame. Easy to say, much harder to do.
$11.
Yeah, could have played up for the blue
12.
last time round, but played for the pink. It tied a red up. Now, does it go into them? Or does he play for that black to the right of the black? Does he play for that red to the right of the black? Anxious looks from young Bingtao.
17.
And a shake of the head. Is it end of break?
Well, don't think he can see it, but he's right behind the shot. He can.
18.
And the way he's played it, the black must go. But even if it goes, it's difficult to get to a red. He's got to play this with screw, I think, to get to a red. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, Bingtao.
Well, the crowd
18.
pleased that he played safe. A little short of pace, but he's got a good cue ball in front of the brown. Can he get to it? Just caught the reds a little too thick. All depends if he can cue it. Great pot. Great pot. He needs to go past to be on the yellow.
1.
What a great pot. The red, that's on the black spot. And that's the one he's played for.
3.
Now the black will be able to go back onto its own spot.
4.
He's in business. Poor safety from young Bingtao. Caught the
11.
reds too thick.
12. $19. 20.
Played it with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball. Come
27.
this side of the red.
$28.
Left the cue ball low so he could play the cannon. Maybe he placed the cannon to that loose red. That's the one. And when he pots this red, it releases the
35.
other one to the right corner. And
36.
everything going in cleanly, but he's the wrong side of the blue.
$41.
Another good pressure shot.
42.
Just lost the cue ball a little. So got no choice this time but to go into the reds. And it hasn't worked out. So 31 points, the difference.
49.
Tried to catch the pink half ball.
Mark Williams. 49.
To put him 31 in front. But there are still 59 there.
It's touching ball.
He's left a touching ball, shakes his head as he walks back to his chair. Dead on the cushion behind the brown would be a good spot if he can get there. Could push the black to the cushion. Doesn't want the kiss. Well, he's just had a look to see if this red goes to the left corner. That's a very good safety. And it is a snooker. The two cushion escape. But he's left a chance.
Thank you, that will do.
Can he see this red to the right corner? Mustn't be able to see it. Can't see enough of it to pot it. Don't think the red will pass the pink. Very good safety. Covered that red. That's out in the open. Well, that's not too bad. The red is cuttable to the pocket, but the cue ball's going into the other red. So full of danger if he takes that on. If he plays any of these reds, he could leave one on to the right corner. It's very difficult, this. And he'll be delighted with that. I wasn't sure what was going to happen to the reds. Another excellent pace of the cue ball for Mark Williams. Well, you wouldn't think he could take this red on down the right side of the table because he'd be leaving the other red on into the left corner. So that would be all or nothing, and I don't think he'll play that. But I don't think he can see that red to be able to play safe off. Could play to come off the cushion and catch the red thin.
Foul.
Hit the yellow.
Mark Williams 4.
Well, how thin... Oh, wait for this. Free ball.
And a free ball.
What a stroke of bad luck there.
Well, that is calamity for Bingtao because it's given Mark Williams the chance to take this match the distance.
Doesn't want to be straight.
1.
He's fortunate. He's got the pink.
.42 in front.
7.
59 left.
Eight.
Needs another red, and he doesn't want to be straight on the pink. So no heroics, just roll the red in. Ah, well, he just tried to make sure of it.
Thank you. Settle down, please. Settle down, please.
Well,
49, the difference. So he has to play for the black, really.
I think Williams just assumed it would hug the cushion all the way there, but at the last moment, drifted to the far jaw.
Well, this would be some clearance of 3 reds, 3 blacks, although he could take 1 pink. Oh, well, he should have been closer to the black. I'd be disappointed with that. This is now a very tough black from there.
And of course it must go.
And he's got it. That's a good shot. So still in this game.
8.
Still enough there.
Bingtao 8.
Well, that was a nice angle on the pocket. I was about to say, may have a chance here. Needs a bit of luck. Needs a bit of luck. Has he covered the red? No. It's the decider.
And it's a final that deserves a decider. What a match it's been.
Well, neither player gave an inch in this match.
8.
I know we say it many times, but there doesn't deserve to be a loser.
Mark Williams.
There doesn't, but there has to be a winner too. And who would have believed at the start of the Northern Ireland Open that the final would be decided by a one-frame shootout? That's what we've got coming up after the break. Will it be Jan Bingtao? Will it be Mark Williams? We're about to find out.
Ladies and gents, the deciding frame. Mark Williams to break.
And you can hear the proverbial pin drop. The Alex Higgins Trophy awaits the winner of our final frame. What a match, what a final we've had. Mark Williams, one of the greats of the game, seeking his 19th ranking title. Jan Bingtao seeking to make snooker history by becoming the youngest ever ranking winner. Both of those scenarios still very much up for grabs.
And he's left a long red. He's knocked some great balls in. Not this time. Well, is this red on to the middle? Checking to see that he doesn't leave anything. If he takes it on and misses it. Oh, such a tough shot. Mark Williams has never been in front in this match. Could this be the only game that he is?
Well, timing is everything, isn't it?
Considering taking the red on. Wouldn't leave anything except the red he's playing on. Well worth the chance. Played the positive shot. Has he left the red?
The body language suggests he certainly has. There's confirmation. Is this the first chance for Williams?
Well, it's unacceptable.
Well, someone has called out there just as Williams was down on the shot, and our referee is spot on. Unacceptable. And that made the pot all the more impressive. Williams' concentration broken, but he didn't let it phase him.
And he's got a nice angle on the black just to touch the reds open and stay on the red to the right corner. Well, I'm surprised he didn't touch the reds open. This looked as though it had missed.
Nine.
Well, the look on Yan Bingtao's face when he realised he'd left that red for Mark Williams said it all. How damaging will that error prove to be?
He's got to keep himself together and hope he gets a chance. Try and think positive thoughts. And got the cannon nicely onto the red, leaving himself on the red to the left corner.
16. Seventeen. Yeah.
Heavy contact, but fortunately he's got a red to the left middle.
24.
And to hit it, the wrong side of the blue. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to bring it down for that red to the right of the pink.
30.
But it's just a little too hard for comfort. Good recovery.
31.
I decided to go into them. But a 34-point lead and push the black safe. Got a red on the cushion.
Mark Williams, 34.
So a very handy early advantage in the decider for Mark Williams.
But I think he may have left this red to the right corner. Very tough from where he is, tight under the cushion. But I think he can get to this red. What a tough pot. Now it was tough, but not a bad kiss. Hasn't left anything easy.
He's barely refused anything all day long from that kind of range, and he's got most of them.
The red is on to the baulk corner. And so is that red. And I'm not sure if that's done him a favour, really, because if he plays to pot the black, he brings it back onto its spot and it's in a potable position.
Okay, thank you. If you want to go outside for the rest of the frame, just let us know.
The vast majority of this Belfast crowd have been fantastic all week. They don't want their enjoyment spoiled, and of course, neither do the players want their concentration broken at these crucial moments. Well, there's been virtually nothing to choose between them, has there?
Well, the black now back in play.
8.
It's a very good lead. 42 at this stage. It's got one safe red. Contemplating taking the red onto the left middle thin shot. Bringing that cue ball back down the table towards the black.
Mark Williams, 8.
And a very good pace on the cue ball.
Brand new territory, of course, for Yan Bingtao. Final frame of a ranking event. Mark Williams has been there, done it. Worn the T-shirt on many occasions.
Lots of side on the cue ball. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball. To try and get that cue ball in behind the brown, which is done.
And once again, Yan Bingtao very quick to tap the table in appreciation of that safety. What great sportsmanship this game produces.
He didn't want the kiss on that red. He's developed the red, and just when he needed a little bit of luck, he gets the wrong kind.
One.
So now great chance for Mark Williams. He needs to disturb the reds.
6.
At some stage.
7.
Well, easier to go into the reds from the blue.
12.
If he's got the angle on the red to try and get top side of the blue. He's just had a look at the pink to see if the pink will go to the right corner. And he'd be able to nudge a red towards the left corner. And that's what he's played. This should work out.
It could be a match winner. It could be a title winner.
And that has worked out. It could have been better, but he's on a red.
19.
He needs red and a red and a black.
$20.
And I think you can just about see the black. What a performance this has been from Mark Williams. Yeah, it's there. Never say die, Mark Williams. He has battled through and through.
It was 1996 that Mark Williams lifted his first ever ranking title. The catalyst for a wonderful career. Well, he's missed the black.
Mark
there
Williams.
are only 59 left,
28.
so 3 snookers are required. Perhaps he just got ahead of himself for a moment there. But it's a long way back, the young Bingtao from here.
How has he got through that gap?
Yeah, Bingtao 4.
That's incredible. So 2
Settle down,
snookers
please.
now needed. It's another good safety. Not quite a snooker this time. Well, a chance to get 3 reds, 3 blacks, and leave 1 red left on the table.
One.
Just a reminder
8.
then, 2 snookers required for Yan Bingtao.
9. $16. 17.
Now I could do with leaving the cue ball just above the black here. Just drop it in, dead weight. Now looks good. Now the way I'd play this shot is red behind
24.
the blue, white behind the black, but it's dangerous. That's a better way of playing it.
Yan Bingtao 24.
Well, just a sliver of hope for the Chinese.
Yes, and he cannot afford to play this hard because he would leave a free ball. And if he plays it slow and misses it, he leaves a chance of another snooker. Well played.
He is cucumber cool, isn't he, Mark Williams? He knows this final should be over by now. He missed that easy black. Was already envisaging lifting the trophy. And that could have been a very uncomfortable moment for him, but he hits the red. It's still 2 snookers.
Make sure the red is safe. When you're attempting the snooker, make sure the red first, the snooker second. That's another one. Can he swerve it? Well played. It could be good. It could be good. Not quite. Again, it could be good.
He's giving it everything, the 17-year-old.
And again, well hit.
And well played, says Yan Bingtao, tapping the table once again.
Oh, just too hard.
So near, and yet.
Well, a chance here, if you can get the red in behind the black. And again, that's just as good.
Well, he's played some snookers, hasn't he? Yan Bingtao.
And again, he has to hit this, otherwise he'll be snookered again next shot.
Amazing quality of snooker here at the climax of this great final. Williams, afraid to watch. .42 the difference, remember, 35 on, 2 snookers required for Yan Bingtao to turn this final on its head.
And this is close.
Well, that's what you want when your opponent needs snookers. Put him in one.
Too big to swerve.
Foul.
And surely.
Mark Williams, 7.
And there's the handshake to end a marvellous Northern Ireland Open final. And you have to credit Mark Williams. What a champion he is. What resolve he has shown. Never ahead until it really mattered in the final frame. What a performance from Jan Bingtao. What a talent he is. He will be winning big very soon, mark my words. But Mark Williams is celebrating. He's lifted his 19th ranking title. He is the Northern Ireland Open champion for 2017 by 9 frames to 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for both your finalists, Mark Williams and Jan Bingtao. Ladies and gentlemen, we went all the way tonight, and I want you to show your appreciation to a young man who nearly created history tonight by becoming the youngest ever player to win a ranking title. Jan Bingtao's English isn't... Jan Bingtao's English is improving by the day. Not quite there yet to do a full interview, but we all speak the universal language of sport, and I think you agree, this young man is a future megastar of snooker. Ladies and gentlemen, lift the roof off the Waterfront Hall for your 2017 Northern Ireland Open champion, Mark Williams! Well, Mark, he might not speak English, but it might be an easier interview than you because you play your cards very close to your chest. And I know not to pry too much, but what a week it has been for you. Just what's gone through your head?
It's been a brilliant week. This is my first tournament since 2011, they keep telling me, so I'm over the moon. I've been playing well for all season, really, and I've won the 6 Reds, which, is not a ranking tournament, but it's still a tournament for me. And, this arena's fantastic. The crowd's been fantastic all week. And what can I say? It's number 19.
He's meant to be the teenager. He's meant to be the one that never gives up. He's meant to be the one that feels invincible. But you're playing snooker at the moment. It's totally rolling back the years. It could be a very special season if it isn't already.
Yeah, it's a good season already. I mean, I chucked everything at him. And some of the long pots he was potting, especially from this side of the table, he didn't even look like missing. You just can't believe he's only 17. I mean, what's he going to be like in another 12 months? I'm just glad that time he reaches 25, I'll be retired and watching him in the house.
You'll be on the first plane home. Family more important than snooker. I think that's a message that comes across loud and clear this week.
Yeah, I'll go home now and straight to the hospital now, see the missus, see how she is, and just see where we go from there.
Yeah. Well, listen. We know exactly what it means to Mark. We don't need to ask more questions. We don't need to pry. We know the story. We know this is an amazing week for you. We can't wait till you get home. We can't wait until you lift that trophy. Your champion, Mark Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our presentation party, WPBSA Chairman Jason Ferguson and Daffabet Ambassador Jimmy White. Receiving his runner-up medal and a cheque for £30,000. He's had a fantastic week. Make some noise for Yang Bingtao! Receiving a cheque for £70,000 and the Alex Higgins Trophy. The Daffabet Northern Ireland Open Champion 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mark Williams!
What a proud moment for one of the all-time greats of this great game, Mark Williams, an emotional Mark Williams who's been through the mill in the last few weeks. His wife Jo has been very poorly. She's been in and out of hospital. And of course, in those circumstances, in comparison, snooker is trivial, but it's a wonderful achievement. More than 2 decades after his very first ranking title, he's won his 19th, and a special moment alongside the great whirlwind, WPBSA Chairman Jason Ferguson, and that coveted Waterford Crystal Alex Higgins Trophy. Not to mention the cheque for £70,000 and the ranking points that go with it. He's a certainty now for the Masters, with the UK Championship, of course, to come this weekend. And Joe Johnson, we couldn't have wished for a better final.
Do you know, I said it before, it's a shame there had to be a loser, but you feel so pleased for Mark Williams, who at 42 has won another ranking event, and it just shows you, if you're dedicated like he has been for the last few months, you can still do it at the top if you're special enough, and he is special.
Thought about quitting the game, such was his form, but of course hooked up with Steve Feeney and sight right, and it's done wonders for restoring his confidence. And this is the result. And Joe, just a word about Yan Bingtao, because he is a sensational prospect.
Well, absolutely. I mean, 17-year-old, that's Ronnie O'Sullivan's standard, isn't it? He was 17 when he won his first tournament, but absolutely fantastic, and he provided one of the best finals I've seen in a long time. Brilliant stuff from Yang Bingtao.
And shortly only a matter of time, and I don't think it'll be too long before Yan is lifting a major trophy. But in the meantime, it's Mark Williams out, signing a few autographs, posing for a few photographs. He is the Northern Ireland Open champion for 2017 as we head back to Colin in the studio.